Hi, Jamie here. I have a recent projection experience to share, but before I do, I was hoping you'd bear with me while I talked about something a little bit more personal. Just recently, I had my first negative comment on one of my videos, and fair warning, I will be cussing in this video. And an individual wrote on one of my videos, "You are the shittiest storyteller ever." And I'm not gonna lie, it stung. I was so shocked. I couldn't believe somebody would say that to somebody. And the instinct I had immediately was, screw this. I am not doing this anymore. Why would I put myself out there to be attacked? I don't need the limelight. I am the person that sits in the back of the class and does not raise their hand. I didn't need it. But of course I knew that instinct I had was not a great approach to the situation. So after spending a day really thinking about it, I really came back and started thinking about why it is that I make these videos at all anyway. And the truth is that I'm very proud of myself for putting myself out there and telling those first stories about my experiences between 2009 and 2012. Every time the camera comes on, I have to really force myself and struggle through it, and to continue updating videos. It's not necessarily in my immediate nature to do that. And I'm proud that I documented those experiences, but I'm also proud that I shared them. And I really spent the last day reminding myself about astral projection and reminding myself about how important it is. And the thing is that I do believe astral projection is important. I think that it's incredibly important. I believe in astral projection. I believe it's one of the most mind-blowing, life-altering experiences that anyone can have. It's the true adventure of your life. And I believe that it can change lives. It certainly changed my life. Astral projection can show you behind the veil. You can access different realms. You can see different dimensions, all by using an altered state of consciousness. Things that people have known for a long time. But once you experience it, your life is changed forever, and there's really no going back. Astral projection can open up perspective, and it can get people out of their box. And so I'm reminded, because of this individual, of why I make these videos, because I truly believe that astral projection and also dream work can empower people. And so I will continue against my instincts to make videos, and I will share a recent projection experience now. If you watched my previous video, I I talked about opening a portal, and sorry, it's allergy season around here. I didn't even think about it as opening a portal. I went a whole week after that experience where those 3 people came out of a portal, and I uploaded that video, and she reached her hand out to get me. And it wasn't until I uploaded the video and started the description that I thought to myself, holy crap, that woman was trying to bring me in. I thought she was just trying to touch me, get a touch. And I thought, well, whew, hot damn, that's something else. That's a whole nother level. People trying to bring me into a portal. And I actually questioned, should I have gone? I will always lean towards, adventure and fear-facing. But what's interesting is that the projection that I had recently, I brought that into my experience. And so what happened was that I got lucid quickly. I was in my bedroom. I knew that I was dreaming, and my children were around, my husband was around, but I basically ignored them. I had the vibrations very strong right before this experience. They were not going up and down, they were more swirling. And when I kind of came to my lucidity, I thought, well, let's open the portal. Let's open the portal again and see if these people are there again. And instead of using my mind like I had done last time, I decided to use my hands. And this is something that I'm not sure why I went there, but what I did was I brought my hands together and I tried so hard to kind of force the energy in my hands. And what happened is that this bright yellow green light, just like, I mean, it was like, it's like when metal is grinding, it's that kind of, that sound and that feel, it just would split open and I could see like a little crack of opening just like that. And I would just try so hard. It was like this blade sound of metal and the sparks were flying. I was lucid for so long and I worked on that for, gosh, for like 45 minutes. I'm working on this, trying. And I tried different rooms and it always worked best. And I think that's because I put it in my subconscious. It worked best right where I was at the foot of my bed before. So I'm practicing. And finally I got so fed up and I just said, wait a minute, why am I using my hands? And so I just stopped and I used my mind and instead I sort of switched gears and I said, I want to talk to my higher self. I want to talk to my higher self. And I really got into my little mantra about it and I got really strong about it. And the scene split open. I had a really hard time holding it. It was a very small scene. And I saw a woman looking at me from the passenger seat of a car. And from my vantage point, like I was driving, so I'm driving, but from my vantage point, I see her looking at me and she sees me and she starts like waving her arms and she's like, I'm like right here. But I couldn't hold it. I lost the connection. That happens often with my experiences is that I don't know, it gets so intense that I can't keep it. I can't sustain it. It's that emotion again that comes in. And I know we all deal with that. So that emotion came in and I lost the connection. The scene was also what looked like through rose tinted glasses is the perfect way to put it because the whole scene was very rosy. And I'm sure symbolically that has a lot of meaning for my own life. But I lost the connection and it just went right back in and it was just so hard to maintain. So that was my experience. I thought it was interesting, this whole thing with my hands and the sparks. I just thought that was so fascinating. I want to make sure that I got everything. Yeah, that was pretty much it. And honestly, I had this concept of time in there that I realized I had been gone for a really long time. And sure enough, I had been napping for an hour and a half. So I did. I came back and I forced my eyes open. So yeah, I just thought the whole spark thing was interesting. I thought that, I certainly saw something outside of myself, but I couldn't maintain it. And so moving forward, I'm really going to try working on that, the focus, the concentration, the maintaining of these experiences. Also, I know Mike from Phase Evolution, I always love to throw him in there because I love his videos so much, is working on verifying, getting information outside here and inside there and bringing it out here and kind of like having a verification moment. And I think that's an interesting thing to think about too. I might start working on that as well. Back in the day, I actually had my husband hide cards all over the house and they had like a word on them. And then I would have to go find the card and then read the word. And I would find the card and I would hold it up and I couldn't see it. It was always like moving, changing shape. And so now with the information that I know now, what I might have him do is hide cards that have symbols on them because symbols is really the name of the game when it comes to these realms. So anyways, thank you for listening and thank you for listening to the first part, personal. I do believe in this practice and I believe that it's hugely important and personal experience is where it's at. So have a great day and thank you so much for listening.